Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We're continuing to see an outpouring of love and support for the Grand Forks police officer killed during a shootout that also injured a Grand Forks County deputy. This went down yesterday afternoon at an apartment in the city and sent multiple people to the hospital. The search also found a dead woman in the same unit. Now the suspect is 41-year-old Salama Pendleton. Our latest information shows that he's still in the hospital with wounds from that shootout. Now crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley joins us live from the Grand Forks Police Station with how people in the community are coming together to grieve the loss. Hi, Bailey.
Hi, Jordan. It truly is a very somber day here in Grand Forks. As soon as I stepped out of my car this morning, you can feel the heaviness in the air. But through that sadness and through that grief, the people of Grand Forks have come together to rally behind the Grand Forks Police Department. You can see the memorial is growing here behind me. Just a few minutes ago, some young girls came and they brought flowers and they hung up two signs. You can see one of them over my shoulder. It says, "Proud of Grand Forks Police Department," hashtag strong fighter, hashtag thank you for what you do. Now also, despite all of this wind today, another woman came earlier this morning. She hung these two things on the tree. She said she chose this butterfly that you can see because she doesn't know the officer, but she knows that the officer was flying over us here on earth, and now he's flying over us in heaven and protecting us. We'll learn more about that officer later this afternoon at a 3 o'clock press conference. We'll also learn more about that suspect and more about what happened yesterday afternoon. We'll continue to keep you updated. For now, reporting live in Grand Forks, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Bailey, it's hard to see that and not get a tear in your eye and a bit choked up for what everyone is going through, but thank you so much for your reporting. And as Bailey mentioned, that press conference is expected for 3 this afternoon to release more information on the officer who died. And we will have that story for you on air on our website, valleynewslive.com, and on the VNL News app as well. The Grand Forks Police Station lit up in blue overnight in honor of the fallen officer, and now people are starting to put flowers, as we showed you, outside the department's doors to show their condolences. And first responders in the Northern Valley honored the officer's life with a solemn procession through the city. Police, fire trucks, and ambulance lights lit up the sky as people looked on. Now this video came to us from the UND Police Department showing how the community is hashtag Grand Forks Strong. Let's take that live look outside right now and talk about our weather. At least it's blue skies and sunshine out there today. For what we can expect for the forecast, let's head on over to First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli.
And thank you, Jordan. Good afternoon, everybody. After a well above average day yesterday in terms of temperatures, we had low temperatures to start off with near where they should be this time of year, into the upper 40s and lower 50s. And temperatures are on their way up nicely. We are near 70 degrees into the Southern Valley, into Lakes Country. A little cooler, closer to the core of cool air into the Devil's Lake Basin at 55 right now. Thief River Falls at 58 degrees. Now we are near where we should be in terms of high temperature today, because even though we have a lot of sunshine, we do have a very strong wind from a northwesterly direction, which is a cool direction. Wind speeds 20 to 30 miles per hour, some gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour, and that will keep us cool going through the day today. Into the Southern Valley, Lakes Country, south of Jamestown, lots of sunshine with some clouds in the northern half of our viewing area, but staying dry. We'll add a few degrees to where we are right now for high temperatures, and that puts most of us into the lower 70s. We will keep that strong wind with a good amount of sunshine for today. Now we're going to cool down as we go through the weekend, but stay mainly dry. I'll have that full forecast coming up later in the newscast.
All right. Thank you, Justin. New for you at noon, NDSU says it's opening up athletic facilities for workouts starting next week. On June 1st, facilities will open for voluntary Bison football workouts. Throughout the month, other facilities will open up for volleyball, soccer, and basketball. Only student athletes will be allowed to use the facilities, and daily wellness checks will be performed. We have new information on coronavirus in the region. The state of Minnesota is reporting another 35 COVID-19 deaths for a total of 967 in the state. Of those 967 deaths, 787 happened in a nursing home or a long-term care facility. 493 more cases are being reported today, bringing the active case count to 5,325. 16,655 people are listed as recovered. Another death has been linked to COVID-19 in North Dakota. The latest victim was a man in his 80s from Cass County with underlying health conditions. 57 deaths have now been linked to the illness in the state. There have also been 42 new cases confirmed today. 1,793 people have recovered, bringing the active case count to 688. Minneapolis police say one person has been shot to death during protests in the city overnight. For the second day, people took to the streets to protest the killing of George Floyd, an unarmed black man. CBS's Laura Podesta has more.
This building went up in flames as protests in Minneapolis raged for a second night.
No justice, no peace.
The fire is visible across the city. A Target was looted for hours. And police fired tear gas to try and break up the crowds. The protests were in response to the death of George Floyd, the unarmed black man who died in police custody Monday.
It's sad. If people are there, truly there, to honor the memory of the decedent and the family, this isn't how you do it. People are utilizing this as a purpose to just make bad decisions.
A white police officer identified as Derek Chauvin knelt on Floyd's neck for more than 7 minutes as the 46-year-old pleaded for help before his body went still.
I can't breathe over here.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey told CBS News' Jeff Begay Chauvin should be arrested, even though the investigations are ongoing.
Do you think that was murder?
I do.
You do?
Let me be clear. The arresting officer killed someone. As to the precise charge, I'm not going to get into that.
All 4 officers involved have been fired. Protesters want all of them charged, too. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
And there were protests in Los Angeles, Memphis, and other cities around the country last night as well. New for you at noon, a 14-year-old boy is dead after drowning in the Cheyenne River. West Fargo Fire say they responded to reports of a drowning at Goldenwood Drive and 13th Avenue Northwest yesterday evening. When authorities arrived, the boy was already pulled from the water and crews started CPR. The victim was taken to an area hospital where he died this morning. Since the victim is a teenager, no other information is being released about his identity. One woman is dead after a motorcycle crash in Otter Tail County involving a utility pole. Minnesota state troopers say it happened overnight near the city of Otter Tail on Highway 78. Authorities say 44-year-old Christina Lindquist Abel lost control on a curve, went into the ditch, and then crashed into that utility pole. No one else was hurt. The Catholic Diocese of St. Cloud, Minnesota is filing for bankruptcy after coming to a multi-million-dollar settlement with victims of abuse. Some 70 victims say they were abused by priests in cases that date back to the 1950s. The settlement is worth $22.5 million. The bishop for the diocese says he apologizes to the victims on behalf of the church. The St. Cloud Diocese covers 16 central Minnesota counties. Thanks to your generosity and viewership, Valley News Live is nominated for the National Broadcast Association's Service to Community and America Award. It's for our campaign to promote the mission of the Golden Drive Homeless Kids organization. Through your generosity, $50,000 in funds and goods were raised to help children in our area, and the nation is taking notice, and for that, we thank you. Coming up here at noon, taking on Twitter, the president is expected to sign an executive order today regarding social media companies. Find out what that could include. But next, Justin Fanfarelli's in with what you need to know for your Thursday forecast.